Hey guys, Joel Tellarknight here, and I got to thinking, what would happen if they actually did hit Tellarknights on the next ban list, considering they won world tournaments in both Dragon Duels and um, the full-out world tournaments, like MLG style stuff, I guess, is what you could call it. And I got to thinking, the most they would do is alter it to Deneb at 1. Tellarknight Alpha maybe at 1, but I think the lowest they go with that is 2. Reinforcement of the Army at 1, and Triver to 2, or surprisingly, I don't see why they would, but 2. I mean, that's just my thoughts on it, because in Tellarknights you also have the Diamond, Ptolemaeus, and Delteros. I mean, you have those still for countering other cards. I mean, the deck already runs so many cards that are on the list. Like, it has, well, let me find them. I had them a minute ago. Has the, where did they go? Bottomless Trap Hole, the, Compulsory, the Regeki, Soul Charge, Solemn Warning, Thunder King Ryo, Book of Moon. Like, it already has all those in the deck that are also on the ban list. Well, also on the list in some way, shape, or form. I mean, the deck ran Rhoda when Rhoda was at 1. I mean, they brought Rhoda to 3 specifically because of Tellarknights. Like, they brought it to 3 for Tellarknights. Like, they were wanting Tellarknights to win because they did not hit them with any ban list, but they hit almost every other deck in the meta. Like, they still have Stratos banned. They hit Nekroz way too hard. They hit Quillfort pretty hard. They hit Burning Abyss. They hit the only 2 meta decks they did not hit are the Nekroz and not Nekroz. They murdered Nekroz. Tellarknight and Shadow. I mean, I honestly don't see them getting hit yet. I mean, the most they would do is what I just said, unless they go immediately ban Triver, ban Deneb, limit Altair, just make it to where the deck's unplayable pretty much, to where it's not being played for a couple years, and then they bring it back and everybody's like, oh hey, I sold all my cards, I need to get them back so I can play that deck again. I mean, Tellarknights are my favorite deck to use, if you can't tell by my username. But, I think I honestly want to say that that's the most they would do, is limit Deneb and stuff like that. I want to say that's the most that they will do, because there's no way that Tellarknights are just too powerful. Like, they'll have to do something like that. They'll do something to hit them probably, but they still won't hit them really hard. I mean, Tellarknights are the easiest deck for people to learn on most of the time. You just gotta know all their effects and stuff. I mean, yes, Deneb looks like Vega with different armor, and the other way around. Like, they all look the same except for their armor and their stance and their rarity. I mean, well, until you get to the common ones, then those are confusing. But, like, you have Alsam and Rigel that are the same color scheme and everything, just different armor and effects and attack and names. But, like, so Tellarknights are just, I don't see them getting hit too hard. I do see them possibly getting hit, but not to where they cannot be playable. I mean, Dragon Rulers cannot be playable anymore, but that's because they overuse them in Lightsworns. I mean, they aren't even that good. They just work really well with the Lightsworn archetype, so they banned them, because Lightsworns were starting to do real good against Tellarknights. And Konami wanted Tellarknights to win, you can tell. Like, they did everything to help out this deck. And even in the ban list for the World Tournaments, they freaking limited Bryanak. And I want to say they limited Unicorn too. I mean, they just they made it hard for other decks to beat Tellarknights, because even Shadows were hit in that ban list. I mean, Tellarknights were the only deck that were not hit. They didn't even hit the Star Seraph, Scepter, and Sovereignty, which I honestly still need 3 Sovereignty so I can make that build, because that's actually a pretty nice build. But I honestly don't see Tellers getting hit too hard if they do get hit. Say in the comments what your thoughts on it are, because I do see the plus side to Rhoda getting limited, because then they can then they might bring back Stratos, but you never know. Like, Tellarknights will just find a way to work around it, most likely. So, that's my thoughts on it. Go ahead and put in the comments what you think, or I'll leave my kick in the description and you guys can kick me what you think. Or if you have any trades and you want to know what I have to offer, if it's something I need, like, I'll put a list of what I need. But yeah, just put in the comments what you think about what might happen to Tellarknights. And I'll be checking the comments daily, so yeah, just let me know what you think, because Tellarknights are honestly really good. They just, sometimes they get hit harder than they should. Actually, they've never been hit, but there's a chance they might get hit harder than what they need to be, because honestly, Konami did everything to help out Tellarknights in the World Tournaments. They wanted Tellarknights to win, so just tell me what your thoughts are, and I'm going to be signing off, so I'll see you guys later. I'll be checking the comments. Let me know what you guys think.